Macros, Mindset, and Muscles.
I'm Coach James.
And I'm Coach Brittany.
We're here to give you the truth about health and fitness.
No gimmicks, no bullshit, just facts. What's up?
What is that?
Phoenix fam. Macros, Mindset, and Muscles. Loyal listeners, welcome back.
Caught me off guard with the clap. Yeah, I feel like we're like at a sporting event or something. Like, all right, break. Let's go. Let's get them.
All right. Another awesome day here. Great morning.
It is a pretty good morning. Beautiful outside. We went for a little walk earlier.
Yeah, but it's still so hot. Like, I just need fall to like 100%.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, if we went early this morning, it wouldn't have been so bad. But y'all, this got a fly just like trying to kill me.
Telling you, you're like, it's attracted to the window. I'm like, then why is it over here? The window's over there.
There's a eagle-sized fly in the room right now. So
you know what's awesome about winter?
No bugs.
There's no bugs. They die.
I hope we have a very harsh winter. Oh my god!
Get it?
She's
I'm totally get it.
Did you hear her like? Dude, it hit me in the eye. This whole episode is gonna be us like fly hunting. The fly hunting episode.
It's attacking us.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyways, awesome. It's October 13th. So
oh, I hit him. He's not dead, but I wounded him.
Okay. Anyways, it is Sunday, October 13th. You're listening to this on a Tuesday, October 15th. Anyways, today is Chicago Marathon Day. So we have some people out there running the Chicago Marathon. One of our strength training clients, Chris, he actually just finished in 3 hours and 17 minutes. I'm giving him a shout out because I know he's probably his worst critic, and I don't know how he's going to feel about his performance, but I think he's fast as fuck.
he's 100% certified badass.
Yeah, he's a beast. He carries all the logs. Takes all the souls. So, Chris, if you're listening to this, good job. If you're not, I'm still going to tell you good job.
You're my hero.
But it is running season. So all the runnings are happening, all the races.
I have noticed more people just in the neighborhood out jogging about. And
I'm telling you, it's the season. Jen came over
to be running.
Yeah, Jen came over the other day. She's like, why are there so many people running? I'm like, it's because it's not a bajillion degrees outside. Like, if you're a runner, you run all the time, unless you're me. Like, I don't run when it's hot. I just don't like it. If I do, I run on the treadmill with fan blowing on me. But in the cooler months, and like fall in particular, the temperatures drop and running actually feels good. It doesn't feel terrible because you're not breathing harsh, warm air.
Yeah, I get it. Like I'd enjoy a walk much more if I wasn't getting hot and sweaty right now.
Yeah.
I mean, all we were doing is walking, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to change shirts. Like, you know, my body fat's up there right now. My body size is up there. I'm perspiring.
So yeah, it's running season. More people are running, but that's not what this episode is about. We kind of just
went
on a little tangent because, you know,
there's a fly in the room.
Because there's a fly in the room.
The fly set us down this whole path of everything else that we've talked about.
Anyways, so what we're actually talking today is about getting older. And
not me.
Yeah, getting older, how aging is an inevitable part of a life, and how your age is not an excuse for you to treat your body like shit.
That's so aggressive.
I know.
Very aggressive this morning.
No, but your age is not an excuse. Is it an obstacle? Can it be? Yeah. Can it be a thing that you have to learn how to work with? Yes. But one of my favorite things is, you know, people love to talk about how their metabolism slows down and they have all these things working against them as they age. And
that's false.
It's false, but it's true. But why is it true?
Well, it's true because you slow down.
Yeah.
Your metabolism slows down because you slow down.
Yeah.
Because you're doing less, your metabolism is slower.
You're like, oh, well, I'm blah 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 years old now. Like I can't be doing that, or oh, I just can't do that. I can't do the things that I used to do. Like why can't you do those things?
Yeah, bro. I mean, you can. You
You,
can definitely do these things.
I'm not saying like if you've been sitting on the couch for the last 10 years, get out and go run a marathon, but I am saying that you could get off the couch and start training for a marathon.
You get up the couch and start walking, and then get up to jogging, then get up to running, and
Yeah.
like
You could get up off the couch and you could start strength training. If you can't get down to the ground and back up without somebody helping you, that's a problem.
yeah, if you have all the shoes that you're wearing are nothing but slip-ons because you can't hardly put on your shoes without help, and that's a problem.
Yeah. And, I think we hear a lot or we see a lot where, people are talking about their age and how they just can't do the things that they used to. And, to a degree, like I can understand that. Like, obviously, our bodies, we do get older, our bodies do age. We might have more aches and pains. I mean, I know that I have more aches and pains as I age, but I also know that movement keeps me young.
100%. I mean, there are factors that come into when you're getting older, the risk reward. So, as you're getting older, you may want to participate in things that are lower risk to injury, because of your career, just for whatever. You don't want to get hurt, but that doesn't mean you can't do other things. Like you don't have to, you know, compete in powerlifting. But if that's your thing, you can definitely do that. But,
I mean, there are 90-year-olds that compete in powerlifting. Like,
right.
there's no reason why you can't do these things, why you can't start. You think they've been powerlifters their whole life? No.
But there's a safe way to do it. And you don't just go out and say, I'm going to do a competition. You've never trained and prepared and all that stuff. You want to get into it, then get into it and do it the right way, and build yourself up and compete.
With age, um, I think like I'm still in my 30s. Like I'm on the other side of like mid 30s. I'm 36 and I'm still young, but I do notice things more now that I'm getting closer to 40, like how I don't want my life to be, like I don't want to miss out on things when my kids have kids. I don't want to be the grandparent that can't keep up or like, okay, let's sit down so grandma can have a break, like, no, like I want to outrun these kids, like I want them to be like, okay,
Mama still
grandma,
got it.
yeah, like grandma, slow down because the kids need a break,
Yeah.
Um, I don't want my kids to look at me and think that I'm weak or
Frail.
frail, like I want them to know that I'm strong and
You're a force to be reckoned with.
yeah.
If something was to threaten the kids in any way, they're like, Mama got it.
Yeah,
No
like
matter what it is, Mama got it.
I don't want, I don't want to be weak. I don't want to be perceived as weak. I want to keep my body strong. I want to keep my body healthy and I want to keep, working towards goals like, physical goals like aesthetics aren't as important to me now like they used to be. And it's kind of a new like development. Like I love looking ripped. Don't get me wrong. Like I love looking lean. I love having, my muscles show, but I don't like the sacrifices that I have to make to get there. And to stay there is like impossible for me. So it's just not worth the trade-off long term. But I like setting goals for myself in a physical aspect to accomplish things that like, I never really thought I would do. And that can be you also.
Yeah. Like
Um,
me? Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, yeah. Why are you singling me out, bro? Like,
Well, I'm looking at you, but I'm talking to
I know, but you
everybody.
said you.
But, okay, so like my 30s, James and I were talking about this on our walk. My 30s have been like a decade of big things for me, right? The big goals, I can in my early 30s, like I competed in powerlifting meets. I did a couple of those. Powerlifting is awesome. The community is awesome. Um, I just can't do that long term because my back doesn't like me when I do that.
Yeah.
I just ache more. Um, I'm more likely to injure myself doing heavier lifts. So I like to keep it, I lift heavy, but I like to keep it moderate, more controlled. Um, Also gone into bodybuilding. And I love bodybuilding. I love the challenge that comes with bodybuilding. It's a very, very challenging sport in the sense that like it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of sacrifice, and it is also hard on your body.
Very hard on your body.
And there's no food involved. So, it's
With powerlifting, there's a lot more food.
there is, but unless you're like cutting for
Well,
your
yeah,
meat, but still, like bodybuilding is challenging because of the length of time that you're cutting to extreme levels for this sport. And now, like, I'm training for a marathon, which I've run 7 half marathons. So it's like running is not a new thing to me. But the time commitment involved with marathon training, it's like, like my long run this last week was like almost 3.5 hours. Like,
yeah.
this is a long freaking run. And it's a time commitment and there's food involved. So that makes it a little less sucky because trying to cut and train for a marathon, I just feel like it would not go very well. Um, but all these things like I never really thought I would do, and I'm doing them in my 30s, approaching my 40s, And I think when you realize that you're where you're at in life doesn't have to be like a restriction or a block for things that you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, another big thing, like in your 30s, was sobriety too. Like that,
Yeah.
these are all major things. Like, and mine's similar too. I'm 40 now, and mid 30s is when everything for me kicked off, or almost the mid 30s, sobriety, and then starting the fitness journey thing, and then doing the bodybuilding thing. And I'd never power lifted, but I'm playing with a few ideas in my head, like some performance based, like competition stuff that I want to do, because I'm with you. Like, the bodybuilding thing was cool, but now the aesthetics of it has kind of faded. It looks cool for pictures, but the sacrifices that it comes with, and I'm so beat up after competing, and my relationship with the gym gets kind of twisted a little bit, and I don't want to work out anymore. It takes a while for all that to come back, but there's all these other things that maybe I want to do. Maybe I want to do a Spartan race or something like that, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm playing with some ideas.
And, with all that, so you have like all these activities that you can still do as you get older, even if you're starting at ground zero, like there's something that you can work towards. And I think having goals that aren't like, oh, I want to lose 30 pounds, are deeper and more meaningful, because you lose 30 pounds and then what?
Yeah,
Like then what?
'cause
If you
that's going to happen, and you're not going to feel like there's going to be what you think in your head's how it's going to be when you lose 30 pounds is not
it's
going to be.
not,
It's
yeah,
not what you
it's
think.
not the reality.
Yeah, you're just going to be like, oh, okay, now what?
Yeah, like what's going to keep you going? What's going to keep you moving? What's going to keep you strong and driven? And I think having goals, like physical goals where you can compete in something, or maybe
Accomplish something.
yeah, you
Not to
run your
compete,
first
but
5K. Well, guess what happens when you run your first 5K? You're like, I did it. I did my first 5K. Maybe next time I'll run it in this time. Or maybe, I felt really good doing that 5K. I'm going to do a 10K. Like, there's ways to progress from that. If you lose 30 pounds, like, what are you going to do? Like, just shrivel away until you're nothing?
yeah.
Like,
When you've seen like people that just all of a sudden they just kind of start into like their own little fitness journey, and just it evolves, and they may not compete, but they go and start getting into like these group things, and then start getting more involved into it, and like that's their thing. Like, it's sad. It's very sad, and I've really been seeing a lot more of it now that I'm 40. Is like looking at people that I know, people I've grown up with, went to school with, whatever, and it's like they've already accepted, like, I don't want to say defeat, but like
They've just accepted where they are and are not doing things to
well,
change
not
it.
even just that where they are, is just that they won't go any further. Like oh, that was I did things in my 20s, and now I'm too old. Now I'm just
Yeah.
go to work, come home, watch football,
Just going through the motions.
just going through the motions, and had some very unhealthy habits.
But
And,
also they feel like shit too.
well,
And
that's what I'm about to
they
say.
recognize that.
And oh, didn't mean to hit that. And they do feel like shit, and some serious consequences to like lifestyle stuff is very close. Like, when you get to when you get to 40, like all those things start popping up. Like if you haven't been taking care of yourself or start making some changes, like you know, cholesterol, blood pressure, all these things, like
Pre-diabetes,
pre-diabetes, all these lifestyle
induced
medical
conditions,
conditions, and
lifestyle. That means it's 100% like preventable
reversible.
based on your life, like the way you're living your life, because you sit on the couch, you eat like crap all the time,
Don't move.
you don't move your body, you don't fuel your body properly, you're not eating enough protein and micronutrients to keep your body healthy and strong.
Maybe drinking or whatever. There's all these things that your lifestyle, and instead of even when these things are like knocking on the door and the doctor's like, hey, these things are happening, what do? A majority of them are like, okay, I'll just take the medicine, and they continue with the same lifestyle, and they're just content doing that. And it's like, God, you don't have to though.
Yeah, because if you start accepting that now, when you're so young, in your late 30s, approaching 40, okay, that's the first medication you're on. You're gonna keep living that lifestyle. What's the next medication? And then
Another one.
by the time you know it, you're on 5 different medications for all these conditions, and you feel like crap all the time. You don't have energy. Your bones are getting brittle.
And you get vitamin deficiencies from the medications, like all these different things. Like it just compiles and just snowballs it. And it's like, please, like I want to run into you when I'm 50. I want us to maybe like catch up at 50. I want, at 60, I want us to talk about the old days, like catch up, show me your grandkids or something.
Yeah.
But, it breaks your heart, and you just sit back because you can't be that asshole that's like, hey, you need to get this under control. Like you can, but they're probably going to.
Well, it falls on deaf ears because, no matter how much we put information out there or share, even with clients, no matter how much we share or we believe in somebody, it's not going to matter if they're not willing to get uncomfortable and make the changes necessary.
Yeah.
If they've already accepted defeat and they're like, well, you know what? Like, I need to lose weight, but I'm not willing to move my body more. I'm not willing to get in more steps. I'm not willing to track my food, for the short term to learn what portion sizes are. I'm not willing to eat more protein. I'm not willing to drink more water. I'm not willing to get 7 hours of sleep. Like, if you're not willing to do all this shit.
But at the same time, and as they're listing all those things, I'm full of anxiety, and I'm feeling depressed, and I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And my, all these, my back hurts.
Yeah, my back
tight.
hurts. I'm so tired. I'm so embarrassed. I don't feel confident. I hate the way I look. I hate the way I feel. It's so frustrating.
It is so frustrating. And even like, so if it is a client and they have so much potential, and like they talk a big game at first, and you're like, you're all in it. And how you doing? And trying this and trying that, and they just don't start. And that blows me away. Someone who will pay for coaching, and I want to do this for my kids, and I want to change my life so I can be there as a parent, and I want to walk my daughter down the aisle or whatever it is, and never start any of it. But they just stick around, and no matter what you do, they just don't want to start, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And I think, the reality too is like, we do work with more of people like in the demographic that we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Age. And we like to work with people like 35 to up to 70, really.
35
plus. Yeah.
To the top.
And we like the earlier ages like 35 because we can help instill these habits that will lead to successful retirements and long-term like healthy habits that these clients can also share with their family members and teach their family members.
Yeah.
I think it's inspiring when you have a woman who's 67 and shows up to strength train 3 times a week, you know, for the last 6 years and is improved her bone density, even though osteopenia runs in her family. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all these things, coming off medications and stuff because you made the changes to your lifestyle that improved those health conditions that were brought on by a formerly poor lifestyle.
Mhm.
And it's just it's disheartening sometimes when you know what can help, but you can't help.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Like you're saying, the demographic that we work with, and working with somebody around like 35, mid 30s, or up to 40, like we know where these habits are headed. And then even, and you're trying to keep them from getting there. And then we have the clients that are, above that. So they're 45, 50, 60, and these are when they come to us a lot of times are having those consequences. So they're on medications now.
Mhm.
And we're working on getting those habits and reversing out of it, and hopefully coming off some of these medications, and which they do. But it's like trying to catch people early to keep them from getting to that point, and like everyone thinks they're special, and that it's not going to actually happen to them. It's like, no, it ain't going to be. I can just keep doing this. No, there's no consequences to actions.
Yeah.
But nobody is an exception to this rule.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And it's just sad. You hear a lot like, oh, I can't do that. Like, I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that. I'm too old to be in the gym. I'm too old to, run a race, or I'm too old to bodybuild. If bodybuilding is your goal and you're 50 years old,
Do it.
get out there and freaking bodybuild
Do
because
it.
you only have one life to live.
Yep.
You only got one life to live and you ain't getting no younger.
Nope.
There are plenty of bodybuilders that are older.
Yeah. They're up into their 70s.
Yeah. And it's
And older,
amazing.
but-
And you know what? Do you have to be, ripped like Sebum or, younger athletes? No. Like, don't look at those people as your competition. Like, you look at yourself,
Yeah.
right? And how you want to improve.
It is so inspiring to like to see someone in later years that gets up there, and it is just the fact that they are up there. Like everybody goes crazy. Like
Mhm.
like it's so badass. Like you're still kicking ass. Like you decide you're going to do this, and you freaking did it.
Yeah.
Like I want to be that guy. Like whatever it is, it doesn't have to be bodybuilding, but I'm just like, yeah. When I'm older, I'm still a badass.
Yeah. I want to feel that confidence in myself. I want to feel proud of myself, and I want to be able to continue, picking things up on my own. And, if I go to the grocery store and I pick up a 50-pound bag of dog food,
Yeah.
I don't want someone to be like, oh my gosh, do you need help with that? If they do, I want to be like, no, and I'm going to throw that shit over my shoulder like I do now, like I got this. I don't want to have to be like, can I get somebody to help me out to the car,
Yeah.
like for my basic groceries? Because like,
I want to go on vacations.
yeah, I want to go on vacations and keep up. I want to do the active things. I want to go jump off a cliff if I want to,
Yeah, we went on vacation, and there's a lot of people that just weren't doing the activities because they were physical activities. They just were on the beaches, laying there drinking the whole time. Which, I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But
That's not why I want to go on vacation. Like you can lay and drink
you can do that
anywhere.
in your living room.
Yeah. But we're also sober, so different.
Yeah, different mindset.
Yeah.
Different mindset.
There's so many benefits to changing your lifestyle, to weightlifting, and, feeling your body properly, even as you age, especially as you age. As you age, you lose muscle mass, you lose bone density, and those things are important for your long-term health. So if you're not strength training and you're not feeling your body, and maybe you are trying to lose weight and you're older, guess what? If you're not strength training, you're not feeling your body, and you're losing weight, you're losing even more muscle mass and you're decreasing your bone density even more.
Oh, and also, so say you don't even want to lose weight. Say you feel like you're at a healthy spot, but you're 40 years old. I hate to tell you this, but if you're not resistance training and eating enough protein every single year, your body fat percentage is actually going up because your muscle percentage is going down, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
So if you're not proactive, you're not staying the same.
Yeah.
You're going backward.
And that goes for anything, like with weight, right? With
Yeah.
weight loss. People are like, oh, I want to lose 30 pounds. And like, I don't care as long as the scale says I'm 30 pounds less. Well, guess what? You might weigh 30 pounds less, but you're fatter than you were before,
Yeah.
by body composition standards.
Yeah.
If you don't strength train and keep up your muscle mass and give your body enough protein to stimulate, that muscle maintenance, then like your body composition is going to get worse.
Yeah. It terrifies me. Just growing older, it's like, okay, now I'm not just fighting me, I'm fighting nature. So I'll be losing muscle if I don't stick with this. So even if I like tried, just live, however, I'm just going to get frail if I don't be proactive in this.
Yeah.
So the only option for me to stay strong and active is to resistance train.
Only option.
The only option. So,
and it's just, I just think about all the things that we do for everybody else all the time. We go to work for somebody else. We take care of our family. That's doing stuff for other people. We spread ourselves thin to other commitments, but we have no problem not showing ourselves the same care.
it's, well,
Like if your kids, like if you're a parent, if your kids didn't take care of themselves, like your kids, when they don't shower, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to shower. Do you make them go shower anyways? Yeah. Especially if it's been, a few days or whatever. Like, bro, you stink. Go shower. Like, go wash yourself. Hey, go brush your teeth. Do you brush your teeth? Do you necessarily want to brush your teeth every morning?
Yeah.
Do you want to do these basic things, these basic self care things? No, but like you do it anyways because it's good for your teeth, right? Like you want to take care of your teeth. Well, you should want to take care of your body the same way.
Well, I see a lot of people, and when they call it self care, it's like going out and getting their nails done or going and getting some Botox. And like self care, I'm taking care of myself. Like my mentality, like that's not it. You got to dive deeper into self care. I get what you're.
I
like,
think that it's a treat, right? So, like, if you're getting your nails done, like that can be self care because in that moment, like, you don't have to worry about anything else. Now, I don't think like getting injections into your body is considered self care. I think that that's like a self maintenance.
Well, the only point I'm making is dive a little deeper into some more self care. Like it doesn't have to be all. That's just at the surface level. Like that may just be a mental break and everything like that. But are you really taking care of the deep inside you, your body, your soul? Like I mean, go deep into it. Sorry, I mean I have a huge fucking nose, everybody. So if you hear me like breathe, it's I can't help that. It's just it's massive.
So, strength training is a must as you age, period. Point blank. Even if you're not like dieting or whatever, you still need to be mindful of your choices. Like the only time people want to eat right, quote unquote, is when they're trying to lose weight. But you should be eating right all the time. You should be fueling your body with these choices. And if you're not trying to lose weight like actively, then you just get to eat more of those things.
Yeah.
If you eat chicken, vegetable, and rice or a potato when you're cutting, then why don't you eat that when you're maintaining too?
Yeah.
You just get to have a little bit more fun with it. Maybe you add a funner sauce or something like that.
Super sauce on there, little garlic parm. Have a little fun sauce.
But I think that the like importance of this stuff like is overlooked as age. like as your age progresses? Because we hear it all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time, all the time.
Don't be that person, is what we're getting at.
There's still time.
There's always time, no matter how old you are.
No regrets.
No regrets.
But you really can. You can do anything, and once you start, and you really see it for yourself, like what you can do. Like you want to do more. You're like, wow, I've been sleeping on myself this whole fucking time. Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was believing my own bullshit that I couldn't do these things, and maybe I was too old or too weak or too this, too that. But when you realize like that was all bullshit, and you are strong and you're capable, once you put your mind into it and put some intention, you can do it.
I think that if you stop looking at your age as an excuse and instead look at it as motivation, like you can shift your whole perspective on it. Like, oh, I can't do that because I'm, 45 years old. Maybe I'm going to do that because I'm 45 years old. Like, I'm going to start doing this because I'm this, this old.
Flip the whole thing. Like,
And
I can do this because I'm 45, and now I've learned all these lessons. I can manage my time well. I'm more mature about life. I'm financially stable, so I can make better decisions with this. Like,
yeah, I understand like discipline and, that drive that sometimes results like take time. If you work for somebody and you're working for a promotion, it takes time and you just keep doing the work, keep showing up, you keep doing the work, the boring shit every day so that you get that promotion. The results are your promotion. If you want those results, you have to keep showing up, you have to keep doing the work, as a routine, like whatever that looks like, if it's 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever. But you have to keep showing up. You have to keep doing the work to get the results, aka the promotion, like whatever, you know. And that applies to anything. Like even if it's not health related, like, oh, I can't do that because I'm too old. Like if you want to go skydiving, go skydiving.
yeah,
Because you only have one life to live. You're not too old. Like, go do the things that you want to do. Stop living your life and stop settling for where you are.
I love that.
Get uncomfortable.
Mm.
Like, you shouldn't be feeling uninspired in your life. Like, you should be feeling challenged. Every day shouldn't just be like, there's like, you do the same thing every day. Was like
Repetitive.
like Pleasantville? Was that a movie where they like did the same thing every day? That
Groundhog Day.
whatever. Maybe it was that.
Groundhog Day. He wakes up and it's the same thing. It's the same day every day.
Okay, so you don't want that shit.
No, which is why, like setting little goals for yourself. It gives you something to work on outside of get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, get up, go to work. That gets very repetitive. It gets boring. It can be depressing, especially if, whatever reason. But have something that's yours.
So have something that's challenging you is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Like you can have a routine every day. We have a routine every day.
I'm so routined.
Very routine. But we also have goals that we work on within that routine, right? And what those goals look like changes. Like right now, my goal is marathon training. So in the midst of my mundane routine, right, I am training for a marathon, which adds a level of hard to my already hectic routine because it's a time commitment. That doesn't have to be for you, but whatever it is, like you should have things in your life, in your routine that challenge you.
Yeah.
No matter what your age is.
And me right now, mine is being consistent, and I am team motivator for Team Brittany, and so I'm here to help her through all the mental struggles and the hard days, and all those good things.
Great talk.
Good talk. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here. You actually talked again this time. It was impressive.
Yeah. Well, I got a raise.
Yeah.
It's not money.
In it.
We'll talk about it.
Anyways, this was another like not planned
I like these though.
episode,
These
just kind of talking about things that are on our heart, on our mind. You know, getting older is the reality for everybody. It's the one thing that's guaranteed in life is that everybody's going to get older. Now, how you choose to live as you get older is 100% up to you. Nothing is guaranteed. If you want to stay active, then you better start being active now. You know, you have to do the things required to maintain that level of activeness. You got to stay strong. You got to keep your body strong. You got to fuel your body right so you don't have messed up, you know, labs and health conditions.
It doesn't take extremes. I think that's a big misconception. When people hear fitness and strong and strength training and resistance training, they think it's this very extreme thing. And it doesn't have to be.
No.
It could be some stuff that you're doing in your own living room.
Yep. 3 times a week. Bam. 3 times a week, 30 minutes. Great place to start.
You know, I've got a client that she didn't even have any weights at the house, and she was using stuff out in her yard. You know, and I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yep. So you can
do it.
Yeah, you can have whatever type of life you want to have. If you want to keep being sedentary and you want to keep hurting and having aches and pains, and you don't want to be able to get up and down off the ground by yourself, you know, you want to be looked at as the frail grandparent, then that's fine. Like, that's your choice. It is 100% your choice.
Yeah, you're 100% responsible for your life. You're not a victim of it.
Yep. But you have to recognize that you made those choices too. Yeah. So, you know, when you get to a point when you're older and maybe you can't move anymore and you're really limited as to what you can do, just remember that that was a result of the choices you made in your younger days.
You wrote those checks.
They bounced.
Insufficient funds.
Anyways, we're not saying all this to be harsh.
Things.
You know, we're not saying all this to be harsh or anything, but it is just a reality that we do face and something that we see often. And
these are things that we've faced and learned ourselves, or I did, you know, once I realized that I was responsible for everything and I got myself in it. I can get myself out. Yeah. Everything changed.
Yep.
You know?
So anyways, we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And as always, you can reach out to us. You can check us out on our website, transformwithphoenix.com. You know, check out the blog, check out our other episodes, check out our coaching services, client transformations, all that fun stuff. We keep our website updated regularly. And by we, I mean me.
I'm here for support.
So I hope y'all have a great week, and we will see y'all next time.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Macros, Mindset, and Muscles. Until next time.
I'm James.
I'm Brittany. We're out.